Hey guys, welcome back to another day 3 of riding him. I'm doing a little bit more riding today than groundwork, so we'll do a few minutes of groundwork, get him warmed up, and then we'll just go ahead and ride him because I want him to have a bit more energy for riding, because the last couple of days he hasn't had a lot of energy. He's been really tired, which is good for safety reasons. Beautiful. So that side he's really got it down. Whoa. See how he kind of braces up and turns his hind end towards me automatically? That's still a bit of self-defense there in play. So I definitely have to keep that in mind, that he's not fully okay with me yet. So you might be wondering, how long do I ride him with the helmet on? And that just kind of depends on how the horse is doing. Like if he's being really calm and relaxed and everything, then I might only ride him for the very first day with the protective stuff on. But if he's being a bit more crazy and I'm not as confident, 5 days or more with the helmet on. Even when I'm riding him in the pasture, sometimes I'll feel more safe if I wear the helmet. It just kind of depends. Each horse is different. There, he's looking at my outfit change and stuff, and just want to let him relax with that as well. So I don't want to surprise him. I want to just do the flexing to start with. This is what we do every day, and he's getting better and better at it. Even on this side where he really wasn't soft at all to begin with, he's getting nice and soft. So that's great. He's starting to move off with me, which I didn't ask him to do. So I'll just continue to flex him. I don't want him to get in a hurry to move off, especially since I just got on him. It's important that he stands still and relaxes. But like I said, I want to preserve some of his energy for this ride. So it's actually, there's a reason why he's moving around. It's because he has a lot more energy this time. So now I can go ahead and ask for a bit more speed. We can go ahead and trot him. And just kind of let him wander wherever he wants to go. Whoa. That time I didn't even really have to pull back at all. And he stopped, which is really good. We're working on consistency. Like right there, he didn't actually break a trot the whole time. He just trotted the entire time very well. And that's what we're looking for. We want him to take responsibility for the gait that we ask him to do. Now we'll just ask him to go this way. Squeeze, release. Good. I'll just let him wander wherever he wants to, but I want him to maintain the trot. I actually do want him. Well, that was interesting. Talk about a bit of a rodeo for ride 3. Okay, so what happened was there, I'm not exactly sure, but the key thing is I stayed on and I now I'm just moving him around. Tell him, hey, you're not in charge. You're not in control. Guess who's riding you? This is not your average rider. So I decided to keep the direction the same, and he didn't want to listen to me. He wanted to just throw a fit. Okay, so the key thing is I didn't give up, I didn't fall off, and holding on to this horn definitely helped me stay on. But guys, that's part of it, when you're dealing with these wild horses. It's not always going to be fun and easy. Now maybe, today I didn't do as much groundwork, so like I said, he had a bit more energy. So, he's more fresh today. So things like that are more likely to happen when your horse has a lot of energy. But the key thing is he didn't win. In the end, I did some circles, got control of him. So we'll go right back to trotting around the round pen and act like it never happened. Whoa, stop and flex. So the whole time he was bucking, I was trying to one rein stop him, but clearly he is not got enough practice with it to do it while he's reacting like that. Now the hackamore is tricky because it doesn't really pull very clearly one way or the other. So you're kind of limited when you want to one rein stop. If you're pulling and you're not able to pull really wide, there's a chance that the horse is going to get confused. He's not going to know what you mean. So I'm not surprised he didn't one rein stop. I wasn't really expecting him to, but that was my goal, as it always is. See there how he freaked out with my foot? So I knew that was going to happen. And there again it happened. So he's got to get used to my feet being all over him. Okay, my feet can move all over him, and he shouldn't freak out like that. So that may have been what caused the bucking to start with, but there's only one way to find out. Okay, so he tried it again, and at this point, guys, it wouldn't be really smart for me to keep riding him. Why? Because he's teaching me, he's showing me that he's a real fighter. He doesn't want to give up. He doesn't want to surrender easy. And just then he almost ran me into the fence. So it's kind of a tricky position to be in, because I know that he's starting to get in the habit of bucking. But at the same time, if I stop riding him, I'm kind of teaching him that bucking's okay. So although I don't want to keep riding him, because I probably can't ride too many more of him, especially when he's trying to get me into the fence, I kind of don't want to stop riding him either because it's going to teach him that bucking's okay. Right, so now I want to go ahead and lope him, get him moved out because he's been a bit sticky. So let's move him out. Okay, get him running a little bit. This is really good. Whoa, let's give him a stop. Good. Have him flex. Have him flex. There we go. So these young colts, you never know what they're gonna do. And like today, thankfully I was sitting in a good position. You know, maybe if I hadn't had a little bit of a better reaction, I might not have been able to grab the horn. And he's done it 2 or 3 times now. But you got to be consistent with him. You got to stay on him. Well, you don't have to stay on him, but ideally you do stay on him. You ride it through. It's very hard to do. I'm sure it doesn't look that bad on camera, but I'll tell you what, when you're in the saddle and they're throwing you around, it's not fun. So maybe it was my mistake to leave a bit more energy in him. But at the same time, we may not have come across that issue if we hadn't, ridden him with a bit more energy. So sometimes getting through something like that is actually more helpful than avoiding it completely, especially in the case of him where he was probably going to do that at some point. You know, he's probably going to kind of explode at some point. It's better that he explodes in the corral where I can control him and get a hold of him again. Hindquarters round. There we go. A bit more speed with that. Good. Now you start the process of moving his front end around. So ask him to step his front end across. See there, I kicked him with my other leg, and he actually tried to kick my leg with his leg, or at least thought about it. So he's still definitely reactive to things around him, like right here. This leg touching him, he's a little scared of that. We can start to work on his front end though, moving across, like right there. That was a good first step. There we go. Good. There we go. See how there he just freaked out when I touched him with my leg? So I wanted to get him used to that because I can't be getting off him and him half kicking me. So I'm going to get on him again, just to practice getting off him. The horse should be calm and relaxed when you get off him. And obviously it's been an intense ride and it hadn't been the most relaxing, but Shouldn't have to get off him and have to desensitize him all over again. But that's why you want to get off him right up here, like I did on the other side. You don't want to be getting off him back here because you're going to put yourself in a dangerous position. So we've still got a lot to work on, guys. Today was very close to being a sad day, but we actually pushed through and we're able to ride through the hardest moments. But hopefully that's the last time he ever bucks. And we'll be working with him tomorrow a lot harder on the ground. I'll be taking him outside, getting him sweaty before I get on him, just to hopefully avoid him bucking in the future. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. What a ride.